Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Randy Orton was very furious with Cody Rhodes and chose to walk out on him. The star lost out on a major opportunity recently. After losing last year's King of the Ring final against Gunther due to a botch, Orton was looking to set things right with his match against Cody Rhodes at Night of Champions. Unfortunately, he was pushed against the turnbuckle that he had exposed himself, and Cody Rhodes took advantage to win the bout. Speaking after that, Rhodes thanked Orton for mentoring and helping him. He praised the star and called him a Hall of Famer, saying that the Viper was not done yet. However, Orton was not happy as he walked out, even as he was saying this in the ring. The camera panned to Orton, and it was clear that he was still seething from what had just happened. He walked out slowly, not even taking the ramp, but getting down and exiting while Rhodes was talking, looking very visibly angry. He was also potentially injured, given that he had hit his ribs badly, and was seen favoring them, walking gingerly. It remains to be seen what's next for Orton on his path to his 15th world title. The WWE Universe was left in absolute shock after a dramatic turn of events at the latest WWE live event, where Randy Orton seemingly walked out on Cody Rhodes in a moment that has since sparked wild speculation across social media and the wrestling community. What was supposed to be a major tag team showcase turned into an emotionally charged controversy as the Viper's actions hinted at deeper issues boiling beneath the surface, possibly tied to a developing injury concern regarding Orton himself, or his tag partner, the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The unfolding drama now threatens to reshape the trajectory of WWE's top storylines as the build toward SummerSlam intensifies. In a high-stakes tag team match against Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu of the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton were scheduled to serve as co-captains in a battle against one of the most dominant factions in WWE today. The tension was already palpable with Solo and Fatu's recent onslaughts across both Raw and SmackDown. Fans were expecting Rhodes and Orton to stand united against the Samoan invasion. Instead, they witnessed a moment that could mark the beginning of a major implosion. The match began with high intensity, with Rhodes and Orton showcasing impressive chemistry in the opening minutes. Orton, known for his meticulous timing and veteran instincts, looked particularly sharp, even hitting his signature power slam and a thunderous DDT off the second rope. Cody, meanwhile, fired up the crowd with a disaster kick and a moonsault to the outside, nearly taking out both Solo and Fatu. But as the match reached its peak, disaster struck at one point. Randy Orton seemed to land awkwardly following a back body drop delivered by Jacob Fatu. He clutched his knee momentarily but waved off the referee when asked if he needed assistance. However, as the match continued, Orton appeared slower in his movements, visibly frustrated and clearly in discomfort. Cody, recognizing the shift in Orton's energy, attempted to tag in more frequently and shoulder more of the match. But what happened next stunned everyone in attendance as Cody reached for a tag late in the match. With Solo Sikoa and Fatu controlling the ring, Randy Orton refused to extend his hand. He simply dropped off the apron, paced around for a second, then turned his back to the ring and walked up the ramp. The camera captured the fury in his eyes and the unmistakable scowl that had long been synonymous with the Viper. Cody shouted toward him, confusion and desperation written all over his face, but Orton didn't respond. He didn't even look back. The walkout left Cody to fend for himself against two of the most vicious members of the Bloodline. Despite a valiant effort and a near crossroads moment that nearly ended the match, the numbers game caught up to him. Fatu leveled him with a Samoan spike, pop-up Samoan drop combination, and Sikoa delivered the final blow with a spinning Solo for the pin. The crowd was stunned, some even booing Orton's actions as replays highlighted his apparent decision to abandon Cody in what could have been a career-threatening situation. Backstage, reports suggest the tension didn't end there. According to sources close to the production team, Orton was seen furiously pacing in the backstage area, yelling about something to a group of WWE officials. Some suggest he was upset about not being medically pulled from the match after the awkward landing. Others believe his anger might have been directed at Cody himself. perhaps blaming him for a miscue that led to the botched landing. WWE has remained silent on the matter so far, with no official statement released at press time, adding fuel to the fire. Orton posted a cryptic message on his social media accounts shortly after the incident, sharing a black and white photo of a coiled viper with the caption, "I strike when I choose. No one makes that call for me." Fans and analysts alike have interpreted the post as a clear indication that Orton was upset with either the booking decision or a perceived lack of communication regarding his condition during the match. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, hasn't addressed the incident publicly. However, during a brief appearance on Raw Talk, his expression said it all. When asked about Orton walking out on him, Rhodes shook his head and replied, "I've been through worse. But that cut deeper than I thought it would." The comment has only intensified rumors that the alliance between Cody and Orton was always on shaky ground, one built more on mutual goals than genuine trust. This incident marks the second time in recent weeks where Orton's behavior has raised eyebrows. Just 2 weeks ago, during a backstage segment, Orton appeared visibly agitated after being overlooked for a title opportunity. Despite his ongoing feud with the Bloodline, some insiders claim that Orton has felt underutilized since returning from injury and may be angling for a heel turn or a solo run that puts him back in the main event picture. If this theory holds weight, then the walkout may not have been impulsive. It may have been calculated. There's also speculation that the entire incident could be part of a larger storyline orchestrated by Triple H and the creative team, with SummerSlam on the horizon and Cody Rhodes currently without a clear challenger. The possibility of Orton turning on him to set up a blockbuster feud seems more likely than ever. The visual of Orton walking away from Cody in his moment of neediness, especially if it was triggered by a legitimate injury, scarce sets the stage for a deeply personal rivalry with emotional stakes that few feuds can match. Veteran WWE Corey Graves weighed in during a special episode of After the Bell, hinting at the long-term storytelling potential. Orton's never done anything without purpose. You don't just walk out on the face of WWE without knowing the consequences. This isn't a tantrum. This is a warning shot, Graves stated. Meanwhile, backstage producer Shane Helms commented, "If this leads to a Cody versus Randy feud, we might be looking at one of the most personal programs in recent memory." What's next for both men remains to be seen. WWE is expected to address the situation on tonight's episode of Raw, with Adam Pearce possibly intervening after reviewing what happened. Pearce could call Orton in for a formal inquiry or demand an explanation from both parties. The outcome may even determine whether Randy Orton is suspended, fined, or thrust into a major singles program heading into SummerSlam. Fans have already begun fantasy booking the fallout, with many speculating that Cody may challenge Orton to a match at SummerSlam to settle the score. Others believe Orton could cost Cody the undisputed WWE Championship in an upcoming title defense, cementing his heel turn and reigniting a rivalry dating back to their days in Legacy. Either way, the seeds have been planted for a showdown that could define WWE's summer narrative. Wrestlers from across WWE have weighed in subtly as well. Seth Rollins tweeted a single emoji popcorn bucket, signaling he's watching the drama unfold. Meanwhile, Sami Zayn posted, "Wrestling teaches you who your real friends are without mentioning names." Even Roman Reigns, still on hiatus, liked a fan-made clip of Orton walking out, further fueling rumors that he's keeping close tabs on the storyline's development. Orton's long and storied career has been full of betrayals, sudden shifts, and iconic moments, but this one feels different. This wasn't a heel turning on a face for clout. This felt raw, real, and uncomfortable. It felt like Orton may have reached a breaking point, whether physically, mentally, or emotionally. And if it turns out that his injury scare was legitimate, the conversation around wrestler safety, match protocols, and communication backstage could intensify in the weeks to come. For now, the WWE Universe waits anxiously for Raw, where more clarity could emerge. Will Orton show up and offer an explanation? Will Cody Rhodes demand answers? Will Adam Pearce take disciplinary action? Or will Triple H use the moment to pivot into the most emotionally charged feud of 2025? As always, in WWE, what starts as chaos often leads to compelling storytelling. And now, There may be no story more compelling than that of the American Nightmare and the Apex Predator. As the dust settles from the walkout. One thing is clear, whether intentional or not, Randy Orton has once again placed himself at the center of attention. And when Orton is angry, unpredictable, and physically hurting, that's when he's at his most dangerous. Cody Rhodes may have just learned that the hard way and the road to redemption, or revenge, could begin tonight. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.